So the Jewish people just had this ceremony where they formally agreed to be in this committed relationship with God and follow him as their king forever. And then Moses gets together his brother Aaron and Aaron's 2 oldest sons and 70 of the older lead people to go on the mountain itself to have a meal near where God's at, because God had invited them up there. So they eat and they drink and they see sort of God-ish, or at least they see the floor that his feet are on. It sparkles like blue sapphire. And then Moses tells them to wait while he goes closer to talk with God. And then once again, a cloud comes down on top of the mountain, and God's presence and his glory come down on top of the mountain. God's glory looks like a blazing fire. Moses waits for 6 days until God invites him in to talk with him. And Moses just walks right into all of that. Moses is up on the mountain for about 6 weeks, and him and God are talking, and God's explaining how he's gonna move into a tent in the middle of where the people are camping and what it's supposed to look like, and it's beautiful. There's all this nature imagery, and God's explaining who he gave the skills to make it that way and how to treat the area with the respect it deserves, because God would be there. And Moses, he's taking all this in. But down at the base of the mountain, it's been a while, because Moses has been on the mountain for 6 weeks. So the people come to Aaron and are like, we don't really know what happened to this Moses guy, but we really need some gods to get us into that homeland. So you need to make us some. So Aaron collects some of their gold jewelry and he melts it down and makes it into this statue in the shape of a calf. And when the people see it, they get excited. And they're like, this is your God, everybody. This is the one who brought you all the way from Egypt. And Aaron sees this, and he's like, tomorrow, we're going to have a celebration for Adonai. And they have this celebration. They have this big, crazy, really bad party celebrating the statue. And up on the mountain, God tells Moses what the people have done and how they've betrayed him. And he says, these people are so stubborn and hard-hearted. Get out of my way so I can destroy them. And I'll start over with you. But Moses is like, no, please. What will the Egyptians say? They'll think that was your whole plan in bringing this people out here, just to kill them. And what about the promise you made to our ancestors? Please, don't destroy your people. God's like, okay, I won't. So then Moses walks down the mountain, and he's carrying with him 2 stone tablets that God had actually written on them himself, the expectations and the non-negotiables for their committed relationship. And Moses goes down and he sees what's happening, and he gets furious, and he takes those stone tablets and he smashes them on the ground, and then he takes that gold statue and he melts it down and grinds it into powder. And he sprinkles the powder on the water and forces the people to drink it. But some of the people are still running around really just bad, crazy. So Moses calls out, whoever's on God's side, come to me now. Some people from his sort of tribal clan come over. He says, this is what God says. Take your swords and throughout the people and just start killing until this stops. I don't care if they're your brother. I don't care if they're your friend. And I don't care if they're your neighbor. This has to end. And so they do. And they kill their brothers and their sons and their friends and their neighbors. And 3,000 men die that day.